Lab game in.
Never mind. Are you suggesting that in order to support Kyrie, we should not tune in to the next 5 to 10 games in support of Kyrie and indicate that we ain't tuning in on Insta or something like that? I mean, come on, son. We support Kyrie and all, but we don't support him enough to not tune into no game now. Be serious for a second. Um, check this out, man. That's how I truly believe. Like, if you stand with Kyrie, I think you can do that. You can at least do that. You know what I'm saying? What's the issue? Okay. Yeah, you can at least do that, man. You know what I mean? Like, if I stand in support of Kyrie, then I ain't supporting these games, man. As long as he ain't getting paid, and I'm gonna let it be real. That's why we saying it right here, man. You know what I mean? If you support Kyrie, then don't support the NBA, because the NBA played him. They played him. You know what I mean? They gonna make their little money and stuff like that. They got a deal with Amazon and stuff like that. You know, so they making me mad when I think about it. Make me want to talk like NBA young boy. You know what I'm saying? Make me get furious over here. And finally, I just funeral took place. Okay, you know there were all kinds of. You know, obviously they try to limit how much people recorded and stuff like that. But I mean, that was difficult to do. This is a real crazy situation with Takeoff. A lot of people are still upset about it. A lot of people came through in the comments, said that they was crying and the whole 9 yards. Who's texting me over here, man? All right, chill this out, man. So yeah. They got videos of the funeral procession, okay? And the Takeoff's funeral was held at the State Farm Arena. It was a ticketed event, which I believe was for the sake of crowd control. A few names popped up at the funeral, one of which was Chloe Bailey. I think she performed Beyonce's Heaven or something like that. Drake was there. Drake paid his respect, gave a speech at the funeral. He even recalled happier days when he made a statement along the lines of, he said, whenever Takeoff would take his shades off, right? He had this thing about him that I love. No matter what what was going on around us, he was always kind of squinting, but his eyes were like wide open. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I understand what he's trying to say, man. Reminded folks of the better moments he enjoyed with Takeoff, man. You know what I mean? Now, Takeoff's family has stated, instead of giving flowers, the family has to the Rocket to the program that supports the fight against gun violence. Okay, which I believe would go a lot further than flowers. I know this makes me think of hip hop, and you know, and the problem is gun violence. The problem, I mean, well, yeah, hip hop does glorify gun violence. Yeah, it does. A lot of people want to pay their respects and attend the funeral, but obviously there wasn't enough seats, okay? Now, Offset was said to have led the prayer at the funeral, which was powerful. Somebody recorded it. Can you take a look real quick? Change the culture of music forever. You did it. You changed that quote. That quote came from Tate, the originator. The originator of that quote. He changed the music. Lord, give us the strength. Just give us the strength. The family, everybody, give us the strength. I don't want to question you, God. I just don't get it. Pictures on clouds. And I believe in you, Father. Change the culture of music forever. You did it. You changed that quote. That quote came from Tate, the originator. And here is what Quavo had to say. Take a look. You always with me. And we did everything together. Since we
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup.
Then you followed up right behind me. You always made sure I did it first, so you can do it right with me. You never competed with me. We was always on the same team because you made it playing against me because I always played too hard and too rough. And I can hear Mama saying not too rough, son. But I ain't like to lose. Remember our first dream was to be tag team partners on the WWE. We fell in love with WWE wrestling. We had every...
EA Sports Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys.
It's your boy, Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Jump. Let me just say this. I do like Donald Trump to a certain extent. I believe that Donald Trump was a better president than Joe Biden. I like the fact that he stands on what he says. But it kind of stops right there. Okay? Because I know, like the other, Donald Trump is a white man. Donald Trump will not solve black issues, and it's not his job to do so. He's a politician. Okay? Now, I have a hard time with some of the brothers and sisters out there who have caked so hard for the left or the right. And one of those people is Candace Owens. Candace Owens has spent the last 4 to 5 years pretty much going mad, telling black people, you know, how bad our community is. Also, he has the conservative issues. And I'm a conservative about all the 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. It's one thing to talk down to people and on behalf of, you know, white conservatives, white husbands, and things like that. And then, you know, and that's one thing I don't really like is that, you know, Candace Owens, her content towards the black community is really talking at our people. And she doesn't have a heart for our people. She has a heart for the other folks, which is okay with me. And to be honest, Candace Owens has been loyal to Donald. I think also goes to building a career for his base and making the earning a little bit of money. But you know what happened was recently, Candace Owens, somebody gave Donald Trump some misinformed news about her. Something that allegedly she said. And it comes across, in layman's terms, basically somebody lied and said Candace Owens said he was old, he didn't know how to use the internet, he's out of touch. So then Donald Trump
good shit.
And he said he was very disappointed in Candace Owens and things like that. And the next time that Candace Owens saw Donald Trump, she was very rude to her. And Candace Owens didn't like the fact that, you know, former President Trump made some shots at Ron DeSantis, and then she called the states being intimidated, and it's being split between who they should follow, and the Trump or DeSantis push more, because we think that DeSantis may run for president in 2024, we don't know. And so she's upset with Trump for how he's been treating her in so many ways. I've been seeing for the brothers.
I take it, baby.
Things like that. But now, this is why I always stick with the blacks. Number one, I love our brothers. Some of you brothers don't like my commentary. Especially towards interracial dating and my own personal perspective towards it. Certain things that black folks are doing. I get it, but we'll talk about our issues all day because that's my passion. But one of the things that blacks got to understand is that once white people feel like you have done something to them, they forget about all the good things that you've done for them. Don't get me wrong, blacks can get out of line too, but you can bring blacks back to reality. Because we can fall out all the time with blacks. We will forgive each other. But the fact that Donald Trump got misinformed news, listen what I'm about to say. Donald Trump got misinformed news about what Candace did. And this time he didn't give a damn about her. And then Candace Owens is asking, well, you got my number, why you didn't call me? And my answer to Candace Owens is, why she called you? You ain't nobody to him.
1 yard gain up to the 26.
What did he say in the one rally? I love my African American. You're just a means to an end, all right? You're not important to him.
They won their battles at the line of scrimmage.
You want Donald Trump to reach out
really nice job
and solve an issue. But do you do that with your black community? You see, that's the thing. When we go to white people and something falls out, why are you not treating me fairly? Then we come back and we roast the black community and all this other stuff, and I get it, right? But then you expect you're going to be treated fairly because why? You were a black woman married to a white man.
Just a yard.
You've been saying the things to black America that Donald Trump could never say. Vote Trump. What do you got to lose? You found out just how important you are. You're not.
3 to the 29.
At least with the black community, you can look at
there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
After making one mistake, he's done. His channel will be moving like Derrick Jackson. But unfortunately, Dr. Umar Johnson is our people. And I will say that many of us love Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm one of them.
And the Jags
even
with
though
5 in the
Dr.
secondary
Umar
now on
has
3rd
the
down.
bonus tendencies. The brother cannot build, but the brother is right on
from
both
the
things.
gun.
He has a heart for our people. He's just outside his skill
It's
set.
intercepted.
And he has some psychological issues.
And the Jaguars are going to
But
take
our
possession
people
of the
are
football.
the best assets.
Before we came up to the
You
booth,
always are trying
last
to
thing
run
he said as we were walking off the field.
They're going to
Mistake-free
treat you
football.
favorably.
That just went
They're
out the
never
window
going to
there
treat
a
you
bit.
And do
favorably.
you remember what you
Kenneth
said to me
Owens got
when we
a
walked
wake-up
up to
call
the booth
today.
after he said that? You're
Her
like,
card today.
fatal last words. Every time we hear that,
You're not going to get treated fairly.
things tend to fall apart a little
Yeah, he
bit. That's what we
was
saw
disappointed.
there. Didn't get
But the
enough on
reason
that
why he
throw, and
didn't
it
call
turned
you
into an interception.
who are you?
76 yards rushing for him as he's got the
You're
afternoon
another
off to a
black
great
person.
start. A good run, got 7 on
That don't really
first,
bring
2
no
second
value
and
to
3.
him and his perspective. And Donald Trump doesn't even got the pool with the people.
Another toe-free team.
You got the same
And
base
a couple
that he
yards shy
already
of the
got.
red zone here at the
Donald Trump
22-yard
look at you
line.
as you got
9
big because
yards
of
to
me,
pick up
which
there, and
is
it's a
partly
first
true.
down. Well, they're making a real first
You
quarter
get big
statement
off
in the
the
run game.
You
no
got
doubt.
big because a lot of black conservatives got big off going for Trump. We're going to be real. If you're a black person talking about Trump at that time, you got a lot of power.
Okay.
Everybody knows
They've
that.
decided to, as you said,
So if you think you got
establish the
some
run
skin in the
game,
game, you
and
don't.
they've been successful doing it.
And when
9
white
yards is the
people are
pickup
in
there, and they'll
most
have a
non-black,
2nd and 1.
you only got one time for
Pretty
they think
effective
you
run
did
there. Now
something
they can start
before
to
your
smell
ass
that end zone.
really figure out how you walk. And you did all that stuff today. You've been a good, what I call it, a good leader. You've been loyal. And they'll even give you the opportunity to see if it's true. Because who are you to give opportunity to? That's why it's so important to work with your community.
They'll run with ETN.
Work with your
And he's
people.
brought
People will
down
always
right
have a
at the
more better
5-yard line.
understanding
Give
if
him
they
2
get out
on
of
the
line.
play.
All of a
If they
sudden,
get out
those
of line.
lanes that were there earlier in the
Then
drive,
we
dry
can
up
come
near
together
the
and
goal
solve it.
line. That's a good
One
job
thing about black
defensively.
people
The
is that people
defense to
essentially
run
have
and
something
stop
over
it
here
for
for
a
each
very
other.
short
And we
period.
can straighten it out. We talk too much about
Again,
the
running
booty and the
right
ray-ray,
ETN.
but black people,
And he's
we
going to
can
press
forgive
this
each
one
other
forward as
eventually
they stop it right
and be
around
strong.
the 1.
You don't get that with
Give
the
it
whites.
right around
Other
4 on the
than-
carry.
You're
We'll see
outside.
if they want to keep
Thank you
pounding
for what
here
you're
on
doing, but you
3rd
got one
and
time to
goal.
mess up. Gone. Out of there. Out of there.
6-0 our score
And
after 1.
that's for something that she didn't even do. Imagine if she made a mistake. Let it be a warning. You're really out of it. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again for another episode of
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Lawrence on the sneak. Now boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Lawrence on the
Breaking
sneak.
news tonight. Hurricane
His
Nicole
way in
leaving
there.
a
No
deadly
signal.
path of
I don't
destruction
think he got
across
there. He did
Florida.
it.
They're
They
calling
tried
it
to
a
sneak,
rare
but
November
not enough
landfall.
push. He
A
doesn't get
Category 1
in. And
hurricane
this
with winds
Cowboy
of
defense
75
comes
miles
up
per
with a
hour.
goal
The
line
stunning
stand.
images, beachfront homes collapsing, the storm surge
About
ripping
set
down
for this
piers
next
and
drive by the
washing out
Cowboys
roads.
offense.
At least 2 killed,
As the offense comes
thousands
out here,
without power.
Charles,
Tonight
maybe
our team
perhaps a
in the
bit more
storm
of a
zone
focus
and
on
where
the run
Nicole
game
is
for this
headed
drive
next.
after tossing
Also
an
tonight,
interception
U.S.
on the
inflation
previous one.
slowing.
That's a good
October,
look
the
at
best
it.
day for
Think
stocks
about it,
in more than
maybe
2
you
years.
get to it in a
As
little bit
inflation
different way,
finally
because
peaked.
after you
The
throw an
growing
interception,
fallout from the
you want to make sure you
midterms
keep your
control of
quarterback's
Congress
confidence
still
high. So maybe give him a couple
undecided.
easy throws
Republicans
that he can
edging
complete,
closer to
and
taking
then
the
get to the
House.
running
The
game
Senate
and
may
try and
come down
convince
to that
them down.
runoff in
Still in the
Georgia.
first
Donald
half here,
Trump
a long
under
way to
pressure
go.
after the candidates he backed underperformed. Will he delay his
First
big
down carry
announcement
by
next week?
Elliott.
The
And he
bombshell
finds enough of an
NFL
opening to
lawsuit
get
for
this one
Washington
back up to
Commanders,
his
the
20.
league and the
It's a
commissioner
6-yard pickup,
accused
and
of
it
a
gets him to
cover-up.
2nd and 4.
The incredible underwater
I think after
discovery
that
on
run,
the
the
ocean
defense get
floor
back in the huddle
36
and looking
years
at each
after
other
the Space
and maybe
Shuttle
start to
Challenger
question their
disaster.
confidence a bit.
And the
They
highly
gave up a
anticipated
significant
sequel
run,
now
6
in theaters.
yards.
The
And now
women
you're
of
saying to
Black
yourself,
Panther on
how do
return
we
to
stop
Wakanda
them? And
after
do I
the
have enough
tragic
confidence
loss
to
of
make a
star
play?
Chadwick Boseman. This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
My
Good
fault.
evening. It is remarkable enough to see a hurricane strike the American mainland in the month of November. But this one, Nicole, also seizing on a chronic vulnerability along the Florida coastline, eroding beaches, striking in the blackness of night as a Category 1 hurricane. Nicole triggered widespread power outages and left some homes and structures literally on the edge in Volusia County, sending others crashing into the sea as the land below them simply washed away. At least 2 deaths attributed to Nicole, now downgraded to a tropical storm. The system is tracking toward the northeast, promising heavy rain for millions in its path. We'll get the latest track in just a moment, but first to Florida and Kerry Sanders. Kerry, what's the latest there?
Lester, the bridges to the barrier islands in the impact zone are closed. The deputies even preventing those who evacuated from coming back to their homes. There is a curfew in place tonight to prevent any looting.
Good run, good run.
In the impact zone are coming to grips with the fact that this is a major catastrophe.
That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace.
No one expected this after a Category 1. On the Florida Atlantic coast, much of the beach in Volusia County is gone, washed away by a 5-foot storm surge. As the sand disappeared, the foundations for local homes crumbled. His house just fell down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half.
75-mile-per-hour winds, and at daybreak an unusually high tide, thanks to the almost full moon. In Brevard County, a man who rode out the storm on his boat had to be rescued after holding on for dear life when his 3 anchors broke loose. The fury taking down piers and eroding hundreds of miles of coastline. Access roads to the beach and palm trees are gone. Since the far back was hard for him, cars have been allowed along these 300-foot wide beaches. Now, that beach is underwater. It looks like people built on cliffs here.
They didn't build on cliffs. Actually, from the house, they had about 60 feet of backyard, then a seawall or sand dunes, and then 100 feet of beach before you hit water. So we're in cliffs here. This was absolutely unforeseeable for these people.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was the longest run of this contest.
But then that first tide came in, and what was a patio 30 feet out
Elliott's going to get it again on second down. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Now gone.
I hope we give enough respect to
The
the big guys
foundations of as many as 19 buildings here show signs of being undermined. Building inspectors say 7 condos and hotel buildings and as many as 40 homes will have to be torn down. State Senator Tom Wade says residents here are already wondering, can the state and federal government dredge sand to backfill what was lost?
Seconds to go before halftime.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end
Emergency
of
managers
things,
in
he's
Florida
making sure he
tonight
gets
say
just a
there
little
are at
bit
least
extra.
2 storm-related deaths by electrocution.
God damn!
Category 4 hurricane 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it hurt a little bit. I heard a little bit.
The hurricane season ends in 20 days. If Mother Nature abides that timetable, Floridians say this year, not
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
NBC News, Volusia County, Florida.
And this storm still has a lot of punch left as it makes its way north. It's going to build fires, tracking it all. None of us are going to feel something.
We certainly are. All the way up here in the northeast, we're going to feel it. Right now, we've got the bands of rain moving through Tallahassee, but they extend up into South Carolina right now. It is still a tropical storm. Winds up to 45 miles per
Just
hour.
keep 2
This
hands on
will
the
continue
football
its
as
stretch
he'll be
to the north.
taken
Now,
down
remember,
after
this
a
is a
short
tropical
pickup.
system. It has a
And with
lot
just
of
1
water with
second
it. So
remaining
as
in the
it
first
moves
half,
northward, it's
they'll
going
call
to
the
continue to
timeout.
produce torrential downpours back through the Appalachians into the northeast, where we can see about 3 to 4 or 5 inches of rain. That could lead to some flooding, and then the whole thing races out here on Saturday. We do also have the threat of severe storms that could produce some tornadoes, especially down through the Carolinas, but with 3 to 4 inches of rain, flooding factor is going to be an issue going
All right, Dylan, thanks very much. A blockbuster day on Wall Street. The market's soaring in its biggest rally in 2 years. All the averages way up after last week's inflation numbers were paid. Next up, Emily Akena has the tips.
While prices remain painful for many American families, tonight, early signs sky-high inflation may have finally peaked. Year-over-year price growth dipped below 8% in October for the first time since February, putting inflation below expectations. It's welcome news for investors who set markets soaring today on hopes the Fed will slow its pace of interest rate hikes.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
President Biden today also bullish, saying today's numbers are proof his plan is working.
Mainstream economists are saying this is a really positive sign of the resilience of the economic recovery.
But inflation is still well above the Fed's target rate of 2%. Is today's report
They
enough
do
to
trail,
change
but
the
they have a
Fed's
chance to
thinking?
possess the
It's not
football
enough to
first to
change
try
the
and do
Fed's thinking.
something
What
about
it
it.
is enough to
That
do
certainly
is to
makes
start
it
a
something of an
countdown. The
important
Fed
drive
wants to
for
see
them because
several
is it going
months
to
of
win the game?
declining inflation
No,
before
but
it
you
limits
have
its
to do
rate hikes.
something.
With Thanksgiving exactly 2 weeks away, holiday budgets are still stretched thin by the essentials. Groceries up more than 12% compared to last year, gas surpassing 17%, and rent soaring 7.5%. That's the largest increase in 4 decades. With 1 in 3 Americans planning to cut back on holiday spending because of higher prices.
Traffic's going to be lower.
It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, and you get a linebacker. It's just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offensive coordinators love to call plays and send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
They only needed 1 yard on third down to get 10 instead of going to the air.
Which is something he needs to do annually. So, Emily, what does this mean for the Fed's next move?
Well, experts say the Fed is still expected to increase interest rates when it meets next month, but unfortunately, there will be another batch of monthly inflation numbers due out just the day before the Fed's decision on interest rates is announced.
Emily, good to have you here. Thank you. 48 hours after Election Day, we are still waiting to find out which party will control the House and which will control the Senate. Vote counting still going on in some key races. Here's Kristen Bowman.
Still in search of their
Tonight,
first
officials
touchdown
in
of the game,
Arizona
but they're on
counting
the
ballots.
move.
With
First and
control
10.
of Congress still unclear. 3 Senate seats undecided. Incumbent Democratic Senator Mark Kelly ahead in Arizona. In Nevada, Republican Adam Lax holds the lead. And in Georgia, the runoff campaign has begun. Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock.
Are you ready to do this one more time?
And Republican Marshall Walker.
The second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him
The
behind the
runoff
line.
election scheduled for December
Officially, it's a
6th,
1-yard
after
loss.
former
That's going to bring
President
up
Trump
second
was
and 11.
expected to
Hate
announce
to say it,
his
but that play
presidential run.
typifies what
And
we've seen
tonight,
from this
the
offense
top
all game
Trump
long.
advisors
Don't you
are
think
urging
maybe
him
you
to
flip
delay
over your
it.
play sheet as offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different?
But Mr. Trump
You know,
insisting,
because
quote,
this is not
we had
worked all
tremendous
game
success.
long. They
Why would
continue to try
anything
and get
change?
it done.
It
They've got to
comes
come up
as
with
some
something a little bit
Republicans
different. Try
are
something
blaming the former
special, something they
president's
haven't seen.
handpicked
Anything to
candidates
score a
for
point.
underperforming on elections. And California Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, another possible presidential contender. But one Trump-endorsed candidate, J.D. Vance, who won the Senate race in Ohio, says Mr. Trump remains the most popular figure in the Republican Party. And tonight, Republicans are still favored to take over the House, touting some big wins, including inroads with Latinos. Monica De La Cruz becoming the first Republican to win her heavily Latino Texas border district, and victories in deep blue New York, including Republican Mike Waller, who
Tried to deem up.
Waller said Republicans should move on from former President Trump.
I think moving in a different direction as we move forward is a good thing.
And Kristen, separately, I know President Biden's going overseas tonight. We'll have a high-stakes meeting with the leader of China.
Motherfucker. Sight.
And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Kristen Walker of the White House, thank you. The NFL and the Washington Commanders are being sued tonight. Accused of conspiring to cover up misconduct during their investigation of a toxic workplace culture.
Taking from about the 12. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard
team
line.
owners on defense tonight. Washington, D.C.'s Attorney General filing a civil lawsuit against the Washington Commanders, team owner Daniel Snyder, the NFL, and Commissioner Roger Goodell. alleging they colluded to lie about an investigation into the team's culture of sexual harassment.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense. Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
From footage that the cheerleaders had no idea even
on play action, Lawrence.
Get his ass.
Incomplete on a deep ball.
There won't be no time for that.
At the outset of this drive, they forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
An unacceptable workplace culture. And have apologized
on 3rd down, Lawrence.
But that today's lawsuit repeats.
Good shit.
He was looking for Ingram.
The NFL says we reject
and the Cowboys are going to take
This is fellas good deed.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
But the D.C. Attorney General says the sale won't stop his office from seeking millions.
To Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Serving pandemic flashbacks in St. Louis.
They go down the again.
Ah, good shit.
Of space down at the 30. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Oftentimes the present offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They're all over the field, don't know if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU.
Good D.
That's batted down and incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The country near capacity.
The reason we're seeing the peak in RSV right now in children is related to the fact that they've been kind of
on 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt.
Kansas City police officers performed a life.
The kick by Maher is good. Lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 4 points in the end result.
We can make this a really simple. You always want dead drives for points. That's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
In 60 seconds, treating
taken from about the 12 and up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
There's new hope tonight of treating anxiety without antidepressants. A groundbreaking study just out examines the effects.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
This is how good the tennis is.
Y'all let him do that. Good shit, good shit, good shit, good shit. I knew he was going there too. Left a lot of time, baby.
Best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
To be as effective in reducing anxiety. There are people who don't want to take a medication. For whom the meditation could be a nice option.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And
a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation this time unsuccessfully.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Alright, get this shit back, man.
Risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
You're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play call. Whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to them.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We're back now with the stunning news from NASA. The agency confirming a large piece of debris found by divers in the Atlantic is from the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster 36 years ago. Here's Tom Costello.
We got it. The video is haunting. Divers from the History Channel looking for World War II plane wreckage.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Instead, came across something they never expected.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And the tackle going to be made.
All right, you get a field goal.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
This was the
shotgun snap to give the ETN. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not but still a positive play from the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
ETN once more, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
Oh, pick that shit off.
First down incomplete.
Against our play we just saw there, he went back in like a challenge in coverage on his important snaps. He certainly gets stopped there right now.
The Challenger was responded by the launch of Columbia in 2003. Under U.S. law, any space shuttle artifact must be returned to NASA. Now it must decide whether to recover this lost piece of Challenger.
Oh, good shit. Good shit. Good shit. How y'all let him get that off, fellas?
Marvin Jones, 36 yards. And the Jaguars get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter. This time, the extra point up and good.
Crucial.
Tonight, 2 of the women of Wakanda Forever talking to our Rahima Ellis about the challenge of returning after the tragic loss of Chadwick Boseman.
The movie explodes with all the Marvel
after the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Forever comes after the original box office sensation.
No return on this one as a fair catch. A signal for and take it.
Black women were key protectors of their Wakanda king, played by Chadwick Boseman. Following his death, the sequel catapults women into even more powerful positions.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed.
Oh, don't try to coach my squad, nigga. Don't get confident now, motherfucker.
Second down throw for Prescott.
Oh, come on now, man. That's money.
Passing game, things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
What that does to little boys and girls around the world is seeing what it means.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott down.
Good game. Gotta do it.
Please take care of yourself and each other.
All right, get to the league game now, baby.
Today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
White House, Trump created his own social media app called Truth Social, which is basically just Twitter, but for white supremacists. And before you say, wait, aren't the white supremacists already on Twitter? Yes, but on Truth Social, they're verified. Now, believe it or not, there might also be a dark side to Truth Social.
A whistleblower is now accusing former President Trump's social media company of violating federal securities laws. Will Wilkerson is a former executive at Trump Media and Technology Group, which launched the Truth Social platform. He tells the Washington Post that Trump's company tried to raise capital by making fraudulent misrepresentations about its finances. The SEC is now investigating.
The co-founder told the Washington Post the former president asked one executive to relinquish his shares in the company to former First Lady Melania Trump and had him removed from the board of directors when he refused.
What? Donald Trump?
Say La Familia. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in the door, man. Things get crazier about a day, don't they? By now, most of y'all have already heard that Lotta Cash Desto's father is the third suspect who has been arrested in Young Dolph's passing away. And if you don't know, let's do a little bit of review. The third suspect has been named for the murder of late rapper Young Dolph. Hernandez Govan, who happens to be the father of recent slain rapper Lotta Cash Desto, has been indicted. According to ABC 24 in Memphis, Hernandez Govan is the third suspect indicted for the murder of the late Memphis rapper Young Dolph. Govan is the father of rapper Lotta Cash Desto, who was shot and killed in Houston in September. According to Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulray, Govan has been charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and attempted first-degree murder. The charges were named on Thursday. The other two suspects that have been indicted include Justin Johnson, 24, and Cornelius Smith, 32. The two suspects were in court last January but were charged the same month. The charges that Johnson and Smith face are first-degree murder and unlawful possession of a firearm, employment of a firearm with intent to create a felony, and theft of property. Both are due in court on January 20th of 2023. So as y'all can see, man, Lotta Cash Desto's father is definitely connected and tied into the Young Dolph situation. And if y'all don't know, Lotta Cash Desto is a Memphis rapper. She was born and raised in Memphis and eventually signed to Lil Uzi Vert. Her skill set led her that opportunity, so fortunately enough, she was able to do the thing that she loved to do the most as a career. But unfortunately enough, her father did not cut ties with the streets. So, if you don't know, September of this year, Lotta Cash Desto ended up losing her life as well. Female rapper Desto killed after posing with money on Instagram. An up-and-coming female rapper from Memphis, Tennessee was gunned down after she posed in an Instagram photo with loads of cash. Police say aspiring rapper Lotta Cash Desto was shot and killed during an armed robbery in Houston, Texas, early Saturday morning. Desto, real name Destin Govan, was driving a Porsche SUV with a 20-year-old female passenger at around 2:30 a.m. when a four-door sedan pulled alongside the SUV at a red light. At a red light. A random SUV at a red light. Remember that. Police say two men hopped out of the car and exchanged gunfire with Govan. 25 was shot multiple times and robbed. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The female passenger was transported to a local hospital with a single gunshot wound. Police say officers found Christian Isaiah Williams, 24, in a nearby parking lot, suffering from a gunshot wound to the abdomen. He was transported to a hospital where he was charged with murder. According to Fox 26 News, he remains hospitalized. Police say evidence left at the crime scene linked Williams to the double shooting. The second gunman is still at large. Govan was known for her collaborations with mentor Lil Uzi Vert on her rap songs Lunchroom in Vegas. Govan often posed in Instagram photos with real cash and diamond jewelry. Police issued a warning to aspiring rappers. Posing with real cash on Instagram can get you killed. Condolences to her family and loved ones. Main thing to point out here, though, is now that was important for me to bring back up because there was a lot of little details in there, man, that really got looked over, man, that I think is vital for what I'm trying to say, man. And that is, you know, the initial reports came out that she lost her life because she posed with cash and jewelry. But as we all know, all rappers pose with cash and jewelry. That's a part of their image. And not to mention the fact that there are a lot of different rappers who live in Houston, Texas. A lot of celebrities as a whole who live in Houston, Texas. There's so many different people who could have been picked out. But for some reason, this woman was targeted. Not to mention, one of the killers that was found was not even from Houston. This man is from Alexandria, Louisiana, which is 4 hours away. And yeah, man, we know people from Louisiana and Houstonians, they rock together, man. It's a love there. You know, it's so close that, you know, the cultures is almost connected right down there at the bottom by the Gulf. So we understand that. But at the very end of the day, it ain't the same street. So what is this man doing out in Houston? Lurking. Not only just lurking, but like lurking on a borderline celebrity, man. Somebody who was almost there, who was one big hit away from being a superstar. What is he doing way out there lurking in a landscape that he's not familiar with? Not to mention the fact that this man was recently released earlier this year from jail out in Louisiana. The man had caught a charge as recent as February of this year. So that tells you that this man doesn't really reside in Houston enough to know the full landscape, how to book somebody and fully get away or where to go and do stuff like that. Not to mention the fact that he was just locked up last year, 2019, 2018. So that proves the fact that this man is not someone who resides in Houston enough to be able to book someone that high profile and get away. You feel me? Like that's what I see here. Then, you know, you got the second suspect. The only one who could have told them that was most likely the female passenger that was in the car with Lotta Cash Desto. And it's a good possibility that there was more suspects, but she could only see the passenger due to being shot at in that moment, probably caught a glimpse, and then told them what she seen. But what I see from this is, you know, somebody from Houston had to be able to be there to tell the landscape. And then she was directly targeted, man. And could that direct target be in connection to what her father did out in Memphis, Tennessee?
So what better way to get back at somebody who took out your breadwinner, your main guy, your route to millions of dollars, than to take out their route to millions of dollars? Oh, you had something to do with my people's going? Oh, okay. And you got a daughter who on the rise? Okay, let me go ahead and get that. Give me that. Allegedly. Let me say that for all the extra out people. But that's what I see here. And I feel like a lot of Cash Desto's death was in part to Young Dolph's death. That's what I'm saying overall. I just wanted to lay down the blueprints and let y'all see it from that point of view. I really honestly think, man, we all had it wrong. This news of Young Dolph's other killer being her father changes the whole narrative. It opens everything up for what's actually going on. And what it is a lot of Cash Desto was a response. That man put his daughter's life in danger and got it taken. You put your daughter's life in jeopardy for foolish decisions that you were making. When your daughter had a real opportunity to be somebody successful, you allowed whatever it is you had going on come in
some duty real quick.
down what it is that she had going on. There's too many holes here in this story, man. Ain't nobody just randomly pulled up on her at no red light, knocked her down in the midst of a robbery, and then, stole everything and left. And then they found this man a few blocks away with gunshot wounds